What is going on YouTube? This is 14 Cotabb here. Welcome to the first video on this channel. Now, I have been doing videos for quite longer than what this channel has been up. I just decided to make a new channel, which I'll explain about that at the end of this video. But for now, on your screen, it says go to that to skip to the battle. Because I like to do a nice in-detailed preview before the battle. So we have Choice Banded Cabalion, Subcalm Mind Chandelure, Scarf Regenerator, frickin' main Shao thing, Rest, Life Orb, 3 attack, Shaman, Classic Curselax with no forms of recovery, which kind of sucks, but it works. And we have specially defensive Claydol. Now, this is actually not my team. I got this team from a guy named Blame Truth. He's kind of popular on YouTube. He used to be really big back in the day for Call of Duty stuff, and then he made a new channel where he does a lot of Pokemon stuff. And he is probably one of the best YouTubers in my opinion. He's really funny to watch and whatnot, so I'll leave his link in the description. But nonetheless, I got this team from him. He wanted to try out these things. Wanted to try out the Cabalion, wanted to try out the Chandelure, and then just threw the rest of the stuff together. Now, I thought he should use Bronzong instead of Claydol, because let's be completely honest, Claydol kind of sucks. But if you look at his team, if he would have used a Bronzong, that would be 3 fire weaknesses, so that's why he uses Claydol instead, and it actually synergizes pretty well with this team. He did have a offensive Snorlax, but he decided to change that more of a defensive one, so that way it worked better with the team. Otherwise, it'd be really offensive. So yeah, that's pretty much the team. Rest Shaman works pretty well. So yeah, let's get into this battle relatively soon. This is kind of weird. I'm recording this afterwards, and yeah, Camtasia is weird. I don't know why I left this big of a gap. I guess I'll just edit that notification in the front. But Choice Banded Cabalion actually works really well. It just doesn't really shine that well in this team. As you'll see, the Heracross is actually a big problem to my team. That's really the only threat on his team. And the Rotom, since I don't really know what it does, because I don't play UU that much, and Rotom is RU, so it kind of catches me off guard. But anyway, he leads off with the Rotom. I know I can't HJK because I know this one's the Ghost type one. So I go for U-turn. Does a decent amount to the Rotom. By that damage though, I'm thinking it's definitely more of a defensive one. I predict the Will-O-Wisp to go into my Chandelure to get the Flash Fire boost. Not that it really ends up mattering because he goes for Shadow Ball. Now, I honestly thought I was faster. That's why I went for a substitute, and I paused the video here so I can explain myself, but I don't really see Rotom that much, and I am max speed Chandelure, so I thought I would be faster. That's why I went for a sub, just to scout, but Rotom is wickedly fast. I didn't know that. Like I said, I hardly ever see this thing. It is RU, so that is my reasoning for going for a sub, as he just pretty much takes out my Chandelure. But, I am going to actually switch this thing out, save it for death fodder for later, because I know I can use it to fodder off something, especially with that freaking Heracross running around. I could fodder it off to that to get an according switch in. So I am going to switch it out, go into my Snorlax, knowing that I can take anything this thing wants to throw at me, as the discharge only does 16%. Even if he does Will-O-Wisp me, it isn't that big of a deal, because looking at his team, Snorlax can't really do much to him, as he sets up a sub, but I am going to go for a Crunch, just to break that sub. I didn't want to play any games. Crunch is really my best option. I can't really go for a Body Slam, because he does have the Rhyperior, and he does have the Ferroseed, and if it has Gyro Ball, I don't want to get the Paralysis on it to power it up. So that's why I went for a Crunch rather than an Earthquake. Now, I thought about predicting the switch here and going for an Earthquake. However, it's really early on in the game, and I didn't really want to make any risky predictions. because the battle style that I play as is the first 5 to 10 turns of the game I play really straightforward, so that way I can adjust my playstyle. Feather Seed goes for Leech Seed. That's not that big of a deal because my Chameleon is Choice Banded, as I said. It's made to come in, hit something hard, and then switch out. So he goes into a Rotom, and I should have really predicted that. The close combat was really obvious. I thought about going for the Iron Head, but knowing that he is more of a defensive Rotom, I didn't think it would do that much anyway. Even though I am Choice Banded, hindsight, I should have went for it. And it kind of bites me in the butt later because I definitely need more damage on this Rotom. I want to take it out. I go into my Shaman knowing the Will-O-Wisp is coming. With the natural cure and stuff, I can pretty much take it and then just switch out. That, and I have rest, so if I do get too low, I can easily switch out or go for the rest, get all my HP back. I go for the Seed Flare. He goes into Hitmontop for some reason. I don't know why he did this. My Seed Flare is an easy 2-hit KO. Even after leftovers, I do get the special defense drop, but it doesn't matter in the slightest because a Psychic from that range, even without the Spit F drop, was easily going to take him out. So he just lets that thing die. It's kind of weird. I don't really know why he did that. My phone is going off. Shut up! But now he goes into his Heracross. Now I know I can't take a Mega Horn, so now here's where saving Chandelure definitely comes in handy, because I could go into Chandelure, take the Mega Horn. Well, I die from it, obviously, but die from the Mega Horn, and now I have a safe switch into my Manshao. And since I am faster, being Scarfed, even if he is Scarfed, I outspeed because Manshao is naturally faster, and I am max speed. I could easily go for a high jump kick, but I knew he would switch into his Rotom, predicting that, so I go for the Stone Edge, but I miss. And that actually does matter, because if I got the prior damage on this thing, it would have died a lot sooner, and saved my team a lot of hassle. And knowing he's going to go for the Will-O-Wisp again, I'm going to go right back into my Shaman, as I take some damage from that. And I think, yeah, here is where I pull out the rest, and get back up to full HP. And he's going to go for a Shadow Ball. Now, knowing this Shadow Ball damage is kind of crucial. Now, knowing that I take that with only 31% damage, I think it was, now I know that for future reference, so now I could switch in on a incoming Shadow Ball later if I have enough HP, knowing that I can take it. I go into his Snorlax, and he goes into his Heracross. Now, pretty much I have to let Snorlax die. He goes for a close combat, and here's how I know that he is Scarfed and not Banded, because it doesn't take out my Snorlax. I do have 88 defense EVs, so I knew that wouldn't take me out if he was Scarfed. I'm just going to get off a huge amount with the Body Slam. I'm actually surprised it didn't take it out, but I don't have any attack investment. As I said, it's a Cursed Snorlax, so it's made more for getting its defenses up, rather than for its sweeping capabilities. Now I'm going to go into my Claydol, knowing that I could take a close combat with relative ease to save my Snorlax for Death Fodder later, so that way I can come in and scare out this Heracross with my Manshao later. And knowing he can't do any damage to my Claydol, and my Claydol might have the Psychic, he's going to switch into his Porygon Z, as I'm going to get up my late game rocks. It doesn't really matter at this point. However, he didn't get his rocks up yet, which is going to come into play a little bit later. So he goes for a Tri-Attack, and look at how much that did. This is full special defense, full HP Claydol, and that did a lot, like 60-some%. I know this thing is specs, so I don't have to fear my Manshao being slower than it. Even though I still think Manshao is faster with the Scarf, but I'm not sure. I do get an Earthquake crit. It doesn't really matter, because he can take me out with said Tri-Attack. And now I could just go into my Manshao, and a U-turn, even if I didn't get the crit, with the Earthquake damage, a U-turn still would have been able to take it out, I think. I didn't run a damage calc on that, so be free to do that if you want and leave a comment. And yeah, I just go for a U-turn. I can't play it risky. I can't really go for an HJK, because the Rotom is still a thing. And so yeah, I just go for the U-turn. It's my safest play. Go into Shaman, and me getting the rocks up definitely helps to wear down this Heracross. So now I'm going to sack my Snorlax, because I need a safe switch into my Manshao in this thing. This team was not really built with Heracross in mind. That's why it's throwing me through a loop. That and losing my Chandelure definitely costed me in this game. If I had my Chandelier around, it is max HP being a subset, so I could have taken hits a lot better and probably set up on the switch out. But now he goes into Rhyperior as I bring it on my main shell. I go for a U-turn, and I think I go out into my Shaman. Yes, I do. Knowing that a Seed Flare is an easy one-hit KO on this thing. And so I'm just going to go for the Seed Flare, take this thing out, but no, because I miss, which actually matters, because now he gets up his Stealth Rocks. I didn't think this was a big deal, but it actually is, because you'll see later on in the game where if he didn't have Stealth Rocks up, it could have been game-changing. So he gets up Stealth Rocks, I go for a Seed Flare. At the time, it wasn't a big deal. I didn't think, so I just let Shaman deal with the Rhyperior. As now he gets a safe switch into his Heracross. He can't switch out again, so I know he has to lock himself into one move. Depending on that move, I can act accordingly. If he went for a Mega Horn trying to take out my Shaman, my Cobalion could take it and probably still knock him out after taking 2. So, but if he went for close combat, which was his better play, I could just go into my main shell, knock him out with the U-turn, and now I can go into my Shaman. Now, Shaman at this point I know can take on Ferroseed one-on-one, and it should be able to take on Rotom one-on-one, seeing as it has the rest. So here's where knowing that Shadow Ball damage is kind of crucial. I know I can live one more Shadow Ball if I need to, but luckily I outspeed, which kind of surprises me that Shaman outsped, but my Chandelure didn't. I don't know, it's really weird, but that's where knowing that Shadow Ball damage was kind of important, because now I pretty much have this game in a bag, knowing that I have enough HP to live that Shadow Ball. Even if I had to take it, I could still knock out the Rotom. My Shaman would have died in the process, but I could go into my main shell and easily taken him out. But I didn't have to. So now he goes into his Ferroseed, which is his last. I go for an Earth Power, I think, just to try to get extra damage off because I want a nice safe switch into my main shell. He goes for a Gyro Ball, gets a crit, doesn't matter, I have max speed. I think that would have knocked me out regardless because Shaman is pretty fast. So now I'm going to go into my main shell, and I have to go for the high jump kick. It's the only move that I have to go for. Now, here's where the Stealth Rocks is a big deal. Taking the damage from the Stealth Rocks, he goes for a Protect. I do 50% to me. Now, if he didn't have the Stealth Rocks up, then I would have been able to take another high jump kick recoil damage if he lands the double Protect. So if he lands a double Protect, then I lose the game, because then I'll take too much damage, because I have enough HP to where I can take 2 high jump kick recoils, but now that he has the Stealth Rocks up, I can't take another one. So if he lands the double Protect, I lose. If I miss high jump kick, I lose. He goes for Protect, it fails, I go for the high jump kick, what's gonna happen? I don't know, I land it, and he gets knocked out. Like I said, if he would have landed the double Protect, or if I would have missed, then I would have lost. So really, knowing high jump kick's accuracy, and he did have a 50% chance on landing that double Protect, the odds were actually stacked against me. So that was kind of a sketchy ending. Like I said, if he didn't have the Stealth Rocks up, I would have been able to take another recoil damage from his double Protect, have 1 HP left, and still knock him out with the high jump kick. However, with Iron Barbs, it would have been a double down. But since he didn't land the double Protect and I didn't miss, it was my victory. So that was against a guy named snarfsnarf117. So yeah, I don't know if he has a YouTube channel or anything. He was just a random guy I found on Showdown. But in the video description, there's lots of goodies. There's a link to my alternate channel, which I do some playthroughs and whatnot. It's kind of set on hold because I've been kind of busy. Also, in the video description is my Skype name. If you want to find me on, if you want to send me a battle challenge, or if you just want to talk to me or something, Go ahead and add me on Skype, send me a message, and I'll message you back because I am in kind of need of people to do stuff with, I guess. So, thanks for watching, guys. Leave a like, comment, and sub, and I will see you guys later.